Now we're done.
This is what my nights consist of, guys.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Emmy, as most of you already know, and today's video is going to be, how to describe what this is. Pretty much how our relationship was, of course, because he's here now with me all the time, every day. Not
Sadly.
every day, not all the time, he's at work. But anyways, it's gonna be his perspective of what it was like in the relationship on being on the other side. You guys have seen several videos from my perspective, of course, because this is my channel, but I want to hear from him on his perspective of how he felt, because he is the one who asked me out. So we're gonna hop straight in this video. So my first thing is what got you to think about long distance and be with me at a long distance?
Well, I mean, even kind of growing up, she knows, but growing up, I've always had a crush on her. So I've always had feelings for her, whether it was as a friend or wanting to be more, because of how close we grew up. Well, not necessarily how close we were growing up, because we weren't super close, but knowing that she was a family friend, like, I would still help out anybody who was close to my family.
So what led you up to asking me out? Like, more or less, why would you choose long distance over, like, being with somebody you were close to there?
And the reason I'd rather do long distance, it's because I'd rather be with somebody that I truly know and that I've known almost my whole life, rather than meeting somebody, because I feel like if I meet somebody, not necessarily that it's bad, but I feel like it's more memorable if it's like you start as a friend and eventually lead on into different chapters in your life.
How did you get yourself to get through it and not, like, mentally kick yourself down?
Honestly, again, kind of going back to growing up together, it's like we built up that trust factor before we got together. And say if there was a day like you were busy with band or something like that, honestly, doing arm drill and ROTC kind of helped me subside from everything, because that was where my mentality was at that time. But outside of that, just building that trust up and knowing that I was going to eventually talk to you in the day kind of just...
So, you've been here, what? May, June, July, August, September?
Going on 5 months.
Almost 5 months.
I think in 4 days it'll... something like that.
Something like that. But, so you've been here for almost 5 months. Is it what you expected it to be?
No.
Okay, tell us what you expect, or tell them what you expected it to be, and tell us why it's different.
Honestly, compared to California, don't get me wrong, there's a lot more to do in California, and that's where I take the sacrifice. But living out here is so much more affordable, and even I dropped everything, as for my friends that know who watch, I literally dropped everything. I still have stuff in California that I need to go back and get,
and at some point we do intend on taking a drive out there. Of course, right now we are both in new jobs, because at the place that I was, the staffing wasn't all that great, and I didn't have a wonderful, like, structure behind me, because I was like one of the top people where I did work at the time, but I just did not have the great, like, mental health behind me. So saying with the mental health and stuff, where we both changed jobs and stuff, we are waiting until we get our, like, vacation time and things like that. Like, I was talking to my parents the other day, I do definitely want to go back, whether it's just him or me and him, just for him to see his family, because I feel like it's really important for, like, you know, family. Like, I clearly we are living with my parents. That hasn't changed yet, but it's important for me, and I feel like although he's moved, I feel like it's just as important for him than it is as for me.
And kind of tangenting back on the question, like I said, I dropped everything not expecting anything to happen. Like, I mean, how fast everything's fallen into place is, I'm going to be honest, truly a blessing. I got a job within, 2 months of me being here?
Not even 2 months. It was like
a month and a half.
Like 3 weeks.
Something like that.
3 or 4 weeks.
I got hired on with AT&T, and within, 3.5, 4 months, I got my own car already. And so far, everything's good.
And he's got, like I do, I have my credit card. He has his own credit card now. And I'm not going to say that we're to the point to where we could probably get our own place and be financially stable, because he does make quite a bit of money. But I'm at the spot right now where I don't make enough to help out in a situation. So, like, my paychecks are roughly $200 and I'm gonna say $55. Like,
where mine are like
just
$800 to $900.
Yeah, yours is every 2 weeks. So if you added those together, I'd be like $500 roughly.
Yeah.
But I still have to pay my car insurance, my cell phone, and all those kind of things, along with, because I do have the rabbits, as most of you know who've watched me for a while. Those are expenses that I have to make sure that are paid, along with my rabbits, making sure that they're taken care of. So I don't think that we're at the point yet that we are able to be on our own, only because of more...
Well, not necessarily we can't. We can just...
I'm saying, like, we can't financially. Like, it wouldn't be a good financial decision on our own behalf. Like, but... So, what's different what's different, like I was saying earlier, what's different from what you thought it would be to what it actually is? Like, not just, like, you being here, but, like, in our relationship, like, is there anything you've seen that you thought it was going to be, but is different?
Like, in our relationship? Not yet. I'm going to be honest, because it's kind of like, it's been like how I've been, like, where I would normally visit. Like, we would spend every second we can together.
I would say, though, that, of course, we are living normal lives. Like, we're working. Like, he works 12 to 9, and I work 8 to 5. So we do, of course, work like any other couple, as well as I'm cleaning house for a friend of mine, my dad's, whatever.
You can say ours.
But it kind of, like, on his day off, I go do that just so I can get some extra money for whatever else I need to pay or whatever. Do you have any questions for me?
How do you feel living with a dude?
It's definitely... So I would definitely say it's a lot different than what I expected it to be. Not in a bad way at all. Like, there are some things that I hate, and I'm going to throw that out there. Like not keeping the room clean. But...
I can't control that. You have rabbits too.
Okay, it's not just them.
Help.
Anyways, but I also, of course, you know, if I'm going to be a wife one day, there's expectations that, of course, everybody puts on them. And I'm not going to say that he doesn't help, because I'm thankful for everything that he does. Like, he takes out the trash, you know, all that kind of stuff he does for me, and I'm grateful for it. But, you have anything else for me?
How are you coping with my car addiction?
Let's just say I just kind of try to ignore it, only because I know that it's going to sound silly that I get irritated about it, but I do sometimes on certain levels when he's like, I'm going to spend $6,000. That's not what he says, but I'm going to spend hundreds of dollars on a car, and I'm like, well, we should be saving those hundreds of dollars so we can get our own place and we're not stuck with my parents for forever. But I do understand where he's coming from and why he wants to do these things, and I know that he talks to me because I did take him from his friends, and I feel bad about it, to be honest, like, because they're his friends and stuff, but I also know that they should come visit him here. shout out to all you Austin friends that are watching. Shout out to, I'm wearing his shirt too. Okay guys, so if y'all have any more questions about like our long distance or how we're coping with it or anything like that, please leave it down below in the comments, or don't forget to, I was gonna say subscribe, but that doesn't make sense. Anyways, don't forget to leave it down below in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss new videos of him and I, or I have some big things coming up soon. He doesn't know yet, so I'll tell him later. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a new video, and we'll see you guys in our next one. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.